It's the final night of the regular season in Indiana. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Football Fever. I'm Pete Byrne.
And I'm Bennett Wise. Playoffs begin next week. But before that, we have to have a couple of conference champions decided.
That's right. And also, there's one heck of a rivalry tonight. But we're going to start in the NIC, where South Bend Riley has earned a share of its first conference title in more than 50 years by winning last week. They can win it outright tonight with a victory over Jimtown. Jimtown can also earn a share if the chips fall in the right way. So let's pick this up at halftime. Ball game tied at 12 in the third quarter. Everything you want in a championship game. Jimtown driving for the score, but the ball is on the turf and it's scooped up by Robert Nebu, and he goes 77 yards the other way. That's a finalist for the highlight of the night, and it puts Riley in front 18-12. As we move to the fourth, Riley still up 6, trying to salt this one. They give it to Dominic Jolly, who gets the edge, and you know what's coming. Turns the corner and goes 79 yards. They finally catch him, but not till he gets to the 5-yard line. And a few plays later, Austin White is going to score the touchdown to put the game away. Riley wins the NIC crown all to themselves, 24-12 the final.
Now, Penn won a share of the NIC Big School Division crown last week. A win tonight over Adams, and the Kingsmen get the whole thing. Second quarter, Penn already ahead when Nolan McCullough drops back. He's looking deep, has his big tight end Cole Bennett over the middle, bouncing off the tackler for the Kingsmen touchdown to extend the lead. Now, next Kingsmen drive, Malachi Evans gets behind the Wild Bunch, fights across the goal line for another Penn touchdown. The Kingsmen cruise 42-0 to win the outright NIC championship for the second year in a row.
All right, now how about that rivalry we were talking about? St. Joe hosting Marion in the Holy War. It's a whiteout for Marion. Look at that. And on the other side, a blackout for St. Joe. And, of course, the teams, their uniforms, matching the student body. St. Joe led it 7-2 after the first quarter. But Marion's on the march. Bryce Lassane to Jack DeRoll for a big gain. Marion on the 1-yard line. They pitch it to Brian Osmond. He's into the end zone as Marion takes a 9-7 lead in the Holy War. And the Knights were driving for more late in the first half, too. Here we go. It's Lassane who's going to air it out deep for the end zone. But watch St. Joe's Brady Farrell make a great play and pick it off at the 1-yard line. And now he's going to bring it out to about the 20-yard line. St. Joe gets the spark it needs. Alex Ortiz will lead them all the way down the field in about 2 minutes. And with time running out in the first half, Jerry Jones boots a go-ahead field goal. St. Joe takes the 10-9 lead into the half. But Marion would score the only touchdown of the second half. They're up 6 with seconds to go in the game. St. Joe has it in the red zone. Fourth down. There's Ortiz. Avoids the sack. Now he's got room to run, but he's tripped. And that's the ball game. Marion wins the Holy War tonight in a thriller, 16-10.
Now Elkhart at home looking to bounce back from a loss last week to Marion. Now New Prairie can lock up second place in the NIC with the win. The Cougars down 8 in the third. That's the snap going over. Marshall Kamichek said, still able to pick it up and toss to Reese Lapsinski for the big pickup. What a nice play there. Then just moments later, Kamichek still has time, rolls out. He's toward the end zone, and Lapsinski again. A great play for the New Prairie touchdown as the Cougars score 16 unanswered points in the second half to beat Elkhart and take the second place spot in the NIC.
Now let's head over to School Field, where John Glenn has a chance to finish in second place in the Northern Indiana Conference if they can get a win over South Bend, Washington. But it's the home Panthers who start fast. Gabe Weber passes to Torrey Wilson, juggles it, breaks a tackle, and ends up taking it 40 yards for the touchdown. That's a finalist for the highlight of the night. Washington leads 6-0 in the first quarter. What a play. How about a shout out for Panther coach Jay Johnson on his birthday? He's got to be happy with that. Good start, but eventually Glenn would start to take over. Their defense flexing its muscles. Julian McMahon with a sack. Football pops loose. Glenn rallies to win tonight 53-20. Two other scores tonight in the Northern Indiana Conference. Tippy Valley takes down Bremen 51-16. They finished the year 9-0. And last night it was Clay beating Bremen's JV 24-12.
To the Hoosier North, 7-1 LaVille hosting Culver. Now Lancers defense scoreless here in the first quarter, and they will get the ball here. That's Cole Stafford on the fumble recovery, and the next drive for the Lancers, that's Cody Allen punching in from 10 yards out and into the daylight as the Lancers win 52-0. They take second place in the Hoosier North Conference.
All right, and we've got to take a quick break, but there are still lots more ahead tonight here on Friday Night Football Fever. Of course, we're going to head north as several teams make their push for the playoffs in Michigan. Plus, we have 3 teams entering the night tied for the lead in the Northern Lakes. Who's celebrating right now as conference champions? You can find that out when Friday Night Football Fever returns. Welcome back to Friday Night Football Fever. Bennett, it doesn't get more exciting than this, right? 3 teams entering the final night of the season, all tied for first place in the league.
Mishawaka, Northridge, Warsaw all share identical 5-1 records in conference. All 3 of them control their own destiny, but they can't all win the conference title.
That's right, and that's because 2 of them, Warsaw and Northridge, meet tonight in what amounts to a conference championship game. So let's head on out to Fisher Field, where Warsaw takes the home turf to take on Northridge, which has had a tremendous season, and they get off to a fast start tonight. First quarter, they give it to McLean Miller. The future NDSU Bison is into the end zone. It's 7-0 Raiders. To the second, Northridge with the ball again, looking for more. Braden Clark rolling out. He's going to pass, but the pass is picked off by Eric Pohl, setting up Warsaw with good field position, and they convert that to a long field goal off the leg of Mason Smythe. It's 7-3. Late in the half now, 4th and short for Warsaw. They give to Reed Zollinger. He's going to pick up the first down, and now he's going to pick up the touchdown from 40 yards out. Warsaw takes the lead and goes on to beat Northridge tonight 24-10 as the Tigers earn at least a share of the NLC title.
And that's because Mishawaka also 5-1 in the NLC, and they will share the title with a win over Wabasee. Opening Mishawaka drive, the Cavemen already in scoring range. Brady Fisher fumbles the snap, still able to pitch it out to Caden Smith, slipping out of tackles for 6 and an early lead. And Pete, did you know it was raining tonight? So the conditions
it wasn't raining where I was. Was it raining over there, Mishawaka?
Just a little bit.
Nice.
Suboptimal conditions, and it leads to the fumble on the ensuing kickoff. Mishawaka recovers, and they will get back to work. This time it's Fisher. Nearly tumbles over, able to keep his balance for the 10-yard touchdown. Mishawaka takes care of business tonight, 41-22, to clinch a share of the Northern Lakes Conference Championship.
Yeah, shout out to everyone who played, coached, officiated, and sat in this weather tonight. It was nasty. Close out our NLC coverage with Goshen hosting Northwood. First quarter, visiting Panthers already up 7-0 when Owen Rader finds Nitro Tuggle. Look at him, bobbing and weaving through defenders on his way to the end zone, and it's 13-0 Northwood. Now they're going to go for 2 and get it as Rader is into the end zone. Panthers close out the regular season with a shutout 22-0. They will take on St. Joe next Friday in the sectional opener. Other scores tonight, final game of the year in the Northern Lakes Conference. It's Concord, a 40-point winner over Plymouth. Rochester beats McConaughey, and Fairfield ends the year with a shutout win over Churubusco, 33-0.
Triton a big win over Winnemac, 35-6. Knox is your Hoosier North Athletic Conference champion with a 50-point shutout over Caston. And North Judson 33, Pioneer 12.
And a couple more scores for you. It was Crown Point over Michigan City, and LaPorte ends the year with a shutout victory over Portage, 12-0. All right, now we move up to Michigan, where there are still 2 weeks left before the postseason begins, and still plenty of conference races to be decided.
Yeah, Lakeshore enters the night tied for first in the SMAC with Portage Central.
Yes, and they will have a chance to play for a conference title next week. That is provided they can win a win tonight at home over Portage Northern. As you might imagine, rainy by the Lakeshore tonight, as it has been everywhere else in Michiana. Points hard to come by early. Scoreless in the second quarter, but that's when the offenses get going. Excellent run here by Portage Northern's quarterback, Braylon Amos, getting it to the end zone. Extra point was no good, but they're up 6-0. So now it's Lakeshore's turn to answer. Snap almost fumbled by Matt Vaughn, but he's got it. And now he's got a whole lot more. Straight up the gut for the go-ahead touchdown as Lakeshore takes a 7-6 lead, but their offense would sputter in the second half as Portage Northern wins 38-17, ending their hopes at a league title.
St. Joe 3-2 in the Southwest Michigan Athletic Conference, traveling to Mattawan tonight. Third quarter, Bears trailing 6-0, and within their own 40-yard line, this is Jackson Lane on the quarterback keeper, ripping off a 60-yard touchdown run. That's a finalist for the highlight of the night as the Bears would convert the 2-point try and take an 8-6 lead, and they don't look back. Moments later in the third, that's Lane over the seam. Bobby DeLong takes it 30 yards for the touchdown, and the Bears hang on for a 15-13 win over Mattawan.
You know who's having a great season? The Niles Vikings. Looking to get
are.
to 7-1 tonight as they play Plainwell on the road. First quarter, they're on their own 30-yard line, but they give it to Paul Hessen. Look at him chewing up some yardage. Finally brought down inside the 10, but that's a gain of 60 yards, and it sets up the Vikings on 1st and goal. And on the very next play, Talon Brawley going to keep it himself, taking it in for 6. Vikings with an early 7-0 lead. Still in the first quarter, they get more as Paul Hess goes up the middle for another touchdown. Niles wins at 69-0. They'll get Paw Paw next week for the Wolverine League title.
Now, Berrien Springs will win the Lakeland Conference if they can handle Benton Harbor at home. We join them in the third quarter. Shamrocks up 14-8. Andrew Gonzalez, you're going to need more than an arm tackle to bring him down. Look at him go. Takes it all the way inside the 10-yard line. That would lead to a Berrien Springs field goal. Then next Shamrocks drive, Micah McFarland rolls out. A little pump fake. Drops the shoulder and takes it into the end zone. A bulldozer touchdown as Berrien Springs is your Lakeland Conference champion with a 38-14 win over Benton Harbor.
Congrats to the Shamrocks and to Buchanan, a 7-0 winner at home tonight. Burton Bentley beats Cass by a touchdown, and Coloma shuts out Brandywine 26-0.
A 34-20 win for Edwardsburg on homecoming. Sturgis gets the best of Three Rivers by 1, and Constantine a 20-point shutout over South Haven.
I'm Pete Byrne for WSBT-22 News. For more local high school sports stories, like and subscribe to the WSBT-22 YouTube page. Thanks for watching.